to go live here, and there we are. Hi, everybody. We are live this morning with Phil Sloat, who is kind of taking over a new role here with the Salvation Army and the Red Kettle Campaign, and it's getting to be that kind of year, isn't it, Phil?
It is, and I don't know how many of you associate this sound with with Christmas, but
I do.
But when I was a pastor in the eastern part of the state, and we would travel, go visiting or go shopping or whatever in Omaha, we'd hear those red kettles, see the red kettles, and hear the bells ringing. And it was kind of amazing to me to come out all the way out here to Custer County and find out that the Salvation Army's here too. And it's an amazing thing that the Salvation Army is able to do as much good as it does in Custer County, and it's because of these red kettles that we're able to do that.
It seems like it's been a very strong campaign over the years. Where does the money go? When you say it benefits the Salvation Army, where do those donations end up?
90% of the money that goes into the kettles stays right here in Custer County. 10% it goes back to the Salvation Army, the larger infrastructure to keep everything working. But we have an amazing amount of things that we do with the money that we get. We have back to school program that we do in usually in July, early August every year, where we provide families from across the county with a backpack and all the school supplies that their kids need. We provide medical assistance, vision, dental, and prescription services for families that are struggling a little bit. We're down at the square on Trunk or Treat, providing treats for the kids and glow sticks for them to stay safe. And then throughout the year, we provide support for swimming lessons at the Broken Bowl, Ansley, Arnold, Callaway, and Sargent schools. We support the food pantries in all of those communities as well. And there are weekend food backpack programs in the schools at Broken Bow, Ansley, Sargent, and Selma, Myrna, and Taylor that we support. So also with the schools, we support their book fairs. And right now we're getting ramped up for Santa Cup. We'll be distributing Santa Cup here in December. And so any families that are interested in that Santa Cup program, today is their last day to apply. So they need to get on that if they haven't done that already. So
where do they go to do that?
Right now, let's see. That's a good question. I think I dropped a whole bunch of applications off at the Community Connections thrift store yesterday. So if they wanted to go by there, that might be their best place to find an application.
I'm glad you dropped by on that. Okay. I think it's important. You're talking about how this stays local and how it benefits folks in Custer County. And when you have a national entity like the Salvation Army,
yeah.
I think maybe sometimes people don't realize that.
Right. Yeah, and that is important. The Salvation Army as a whole is a very well-respected charitable organization that they do. Their motto is "We do the most good," but they use very little gifts for administration. They don't pay people a ton of money up at the top. It's a very volunteer-driven and very service-oriented organization.
Now, are some new things this year to make it a little bit easier for people to give?
Well, we had an interesting development, and I think we've made lemonade out of it. But unfortunately, we lost a grocery store this year, and that was one of our 3 locations. We always have a Red Kettle ringing campaign in front of the grocery cart and in front of Tractor Supply. Those are 2 of the businesses in town that get the most traffic. And those are kind of our anchor. But we used to have one at Gary's. And so now we're going to try doing something new, a floating kettle. And I understand you're going to be willing to help us here on K-Bear to let people know where that kettle's going to float. But we're going to have a ringing, people bring ringing bells out at Kincaid's on Tuesday nights. And then on Friday evenings, that kettle's going to move over to the Arrow Hotel. Then on Saturday morning, it's going to appear over at the Tumbleweed Cafe. And Carmen, she's going to let that kettle, we'll have volunteers ringing the bell there at Tumbleweed in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we'll move it over to Cactus Jack's, and we'll hopefully catch some people that are going in there to throw some axes or something. So that's our plan right now. I've got a few more things I'm working on, so hopefully maybe we'll fill in those gaps.
Yeah, we'd absolutely be happy to help let people know where the kettle and the bell ringers are on a given day.
But all of that takes volunteers, and those volunteers are really important to make those big red kettles work. And so people need to sign up. Right now, we're looking for volunteers, and we've got a bunch of posters that look kind of like this. Oop, where is it? Okay, kind of like this poster right here. Mm-hmm. We got them in a bunch of the businesses around town. There's a QR code right here at the bottom, takes people right to the sign-up sheet. But they can also get to it through our Facebook page, and that Facebook page is, okay, let me find it. Sorry. It's Salvation Army, Custer County, Nebraska.
Okay.
And that Facebook page will have a link also to sign up.
Well, if you have an extra flyer, we'll put that up on our events page
as
well at kbear923.com.
You can
and
definitely
then
have
folks
that.
can find it that way.
All right. Okay.
But you'll start ringing bells when?
On this coming Friday, the 23rd of November. And I know you're in a hurry, but anyway, we are doing something else. We're going to have bell ringing in Arnold at the Kubik Garden, downtown Arnold, and we're going to have bell ringing in Sargent at the Corner Market in Sargent. And that's something that we haven't tried before, is getting those bell ringers and those volunteers out into some of the other communities in Custer County.
I love that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. It should be fun.
All right.
So,
well, let us know how we can help out as the season goes along. Is there anything else we needed to touch on before we...
We also have like about 30 counter kettles, the mini ones that sit on the counter by the cash register. And one of our biggest places to get donations is Sylvester's and over across the street at Runza. But there's going to be about 30 of them scattered throughout Broken Bow and the county. So look for those as well if you don't get to one of the other ones. So
throw your change in and help them out. Like we said, 90% of the money stays right here in Custer County through the Salvation Army.
Oh my gosh, I almost forgot something.
Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, we can't move on before you say it.
Oh my goodness. We've got a QR code. It isn't just cash anymore. Used to be people would come by the kettle and say, sorry, I left all my change at home. Now you can donate with your smartphone. We've got a QR code, so it'll be great.
I think that'll go over well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Thanks for stopping by, and we hope folks will get involved. We'll have more information on our website here shortly.
Thank you, Adam.
KBear 92.3, Wild Country.